weighing in fights and films.
Hi, welcome to Weighing In Fights and Films. I'm Jenny Rose. I'm here with my cousin and co-host.
I'm Groot.
That means Brett.
I'm Groot.
And he's a dork.
I'm Groot.
He's called me annoying and he's very sorry.
I'm Groot.
Mr. Groot over here is being annoying and not saying anything else because we just went and saw the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Loved it. You?
Oh, we're going right in. We're
Yeah.
hopping right in. Okay. Yes, I did actually. I enjoyed this a lot more than the first one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They definitely threw a whole lot more jokes into this one. It was
Yeah.
just non-stop humor.
Yeah.
And they were going for it with the 80s references too. I loved
It
it.
seems like they've been hired kind of to save, what would you say it? Hired security?
Yeah. Well, they're the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but
they
they're
guard the
protecting-
galaxy.
They're protecting batteries in the beginning. They're not protecting the
Right, well-
galaxy.
well,
they're
they-
like hired, they're like hired bodyguards for things.
Yeah, the hired
Yeah.
mercenaries, hired
Yeah,
bodyguards,
yeah.
something like that. That's how they make their living.
The hired do-gooders. The do-gooders.
Yeah, and they just kind of fall into saving the galaxy once in a while. But you get all the characters are back, you know.
Yeah. I actually didn't mind Zoe Saldana. She's one of those ones that I'm like, I didn't know that she was supposed to be like super strong.
Oh, you kind of assumed it though, didn't you know that? Because they're like,
Because she's green?
no,
She's
because
the Hulk?
well,
She related to the Hulk?
she was like an assassin.
She's the Hulk cousin.
Well, she's like the assassin daughter of that bad guy in the first one.
Thanos.
Thanos, there you go.
Like the bad guy.
The bad guy.
Yeah.
Which they didn't go after in this one, but you get the sense that they're gonna do it in the next one.
The first one didn't hold my attention as well as this one.
Really?
Yeah, remember you liked the first one better than I did.
For those of you that are worried that do you need to see the first one in order
No.
to see this one, the answer is no.
I barely remember the first one, and I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
They make a couple of references to the old one, but that's about it. And this one, basically, he meets his father,
Yeah.
and they go back to his father's homeworld, and then trouble ensues.
I wasn't expecting that actor, and I was dope.
Okay, spoiler alert: Howard the Duck makes an appearance too.
I knew that one. That wasn't a shocker.
Was that in the trailer?
No, but I had heard it on some podcasts, and Howard the Duck makes an appearance at the end of one of the Avengers or something like that.
Yeah, there's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I get the feeling Howard the Duck movie is on its way soon.
Another spoiler. David Hasselhoff.
Yes, there's a whole thing about David Hasselhoff, which is
Yeah.
hilarious in this
said
movie.
that.
But the entire crew is back. They go on more adventures. There's space battles. There's monsters. There's lots of
space battle right in the beginning of the movie while they're rolling the credits and all that shit.
That was great. The
That
opening
was
sequence
so
of this
funny.
movie is really good. Yeah, there's dancing. There's credits going on. There's a battle. There's monsters.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Groot is adorable.
Groot steals the show. And Groot, even though he only says "I am Groot," he drives the emotions in this
teared up
movie.
at some of them. Like,
I know, just there's a lot of when they're picking on him, you know what I mean?
yeah, when
And
they're
there's
picking on him and he's just walking
like
through
poor Groot.
the scene. And then there's one scene
doesn't
where he's
deserve
scared
that.
and he starts to cry. I just want to tear up.
I really like the emotions that like all the other characters have for each other. They mention that we're a family a bunch of times too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like and
Yeah.
it really is, and then like you get that sense of like that Star Trek kind of family that every one of the Star Trek series has. The CGI in this movie
Very good.
is excellent.
And I couldn't help but look at all the characters that they painted different colors, and I just can imagine what the makeup had to be for this movie and how many hours and the staff that it required and how did they get it so close to their eye. I mean, the dude, what's the thing? No.
Zandu or
Xanadu?
Xanadu? The blue guy with the red mohawk?
The blue guy with the red mohawk, played by the Walking Dead dude. His tongue was even blue.
Was it?
Yes!
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, and I was
How'd
just
they do that? That must have been CGI.
bravo to the makeup artists, because that had to be time consuming. No matter how much CGI they added into the makeup, that still had to be a ton of work.
I think if I was in this universe, I think I'd be a space pirate. That looks like a good life. Exciting, traveling the galaxy, stealing stuff, using technology.
No, he'd be one of the
Spaceships.
dudes in the robes that's on the quiet planet talking to Stan Lee.
Nah. He makes an appearance too.
Of course he does.
Yeah,
Every
he makes-
Marvel-
he-
it's
yeah.
in his contract. No, seriously.
I believe it.
It's his contract that he has a cameo in every Marvel movie, Fox or Disney, does not matter.
Even if he didn't have that in the contract, I think people would put him in there
And
anyway.
the-
But I love this whole world. I love this whole universe that the Guardians of the Galaxy are in. I think it's a lot of fun. Every time it comes out, I get excited for it. I bought tickets 2 weeks in advance for this movie, which I haven't done in a long time. How do you weigh in on this?
I weigh in on this one at 5 punches.
Yeah, me too.
And
This is a
I'm
knockout.
the biggest fan of the first one. I'm not the biggest fan of Chris Pratt. He's okay.
He put on a little weight for this movie, I noticed.
Yeah, and they
Success
tried
has
to,
given him some little extra.
well, they tried to do a shirtless scene with him, and
Yeah, I know that was coming.
granted, I'm biased. I know plenty of bodybuilders and physique guys from being in that world. So when I see a shirtless scene and it's not like physique, it's just like, you really could have kept that on.
But it's an action movie. It's a fun movie. It's a family movie. There were kids in the audience sitting right in front of us, and everyone enjoyed it. There were all ages there.
Yeah, and because even the humor,
There's a lot of poop and pee jokes.
which you hated in Grudge Match, but you're fine in Guardians.
Yeah, well...
I guess if they happen in space, you're okay.
Well, it's space poopy.
It's space anti-gravity. It's
It's space pee jokes.
globular. Oh, okay.
But this movie has a lot of heart to it, a lot of emotion to it.
It did. I liked the anteater girl. The
Mantis?
yeah, thank
That was
you.
her name?
Yeah. I know anteaters.
All the names are
almost-
straightforward.
Yeah.
Mantis, Nebula,
Yeah. What-
Quill. The music is also really good. They're bringing back 70s and 80s soundtrack again. Even like the fonts and the graphic design work in the end credits, it's all a throwback to like the 70s and the 80s.
Your genre, your generation.
Yeah, Generation X. Yeah. For
There's
sure.
there's even some video game reference out there. That,
Yeah, there's these sound effects too with the lasers and the guns. That was all like
Oh, really?
that was all old 80s video games that they were
Oh.
throwing in there. See, your generation didn't get it.
No.
So anyway, that's our review of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. We both loved it. Go see it. You're
Yeah.
not going
It's
to
a
be
lot of fun.
disappointed.
It is a lot of fun, and Rocket the Raccoon. That's my dude. I want a little rocket toy.
Groot's my man in this movie.
I like Groot too, though.
I'm Groot.
I am Groot.
I'm Groot.
I am Groot.
I'm Groot.
I am Groot.
I'm Groot. So don't forget to support her MMA fight career. Do your arm thing. There you go. Click the link below for her merchandise. And
You can support this YouTube channel, Weighing In Fights and Films, by clicking a link below for merchandise and also liking, commenting, and subscribing.
I'm
I am
Groot.
Groot.
I'm Groot.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm Groot.
I am Groot.
I'm Groot.
You're a twig.
I'm Groot.